tired of worrying all the time? Do you often feel anxious or overwhelmed? Do you know that worry is not something you choose to do consciously, but still you do because somewhere it satisfies you? Each time you worry, a boost of dopamine is being released and you feel good, and then it becomes your habit. Now, if you really want to learn why your brain likes to worry and how to break the worry habit, then go through this video wherein I have shared the 3 steps to break the worry habit. So hello everyone, I am Hemender, a transformation coach and helping people to achieve indestructible happiness by building emotional resilience. In today's video, before we dive into the topic, let's try to understand the 3 factors. We would have always heard about worry, stress, anxiety. Nowadays, people talk oftenly about these words, but we have to first understand that what is the meaning of these 3 and where it is working, in what level it is working. So the first is worry. So worry is something which is happening in your mental level. It means in your top floor. It means in your mind. So whatever thoughts it is coming in your mind which is making you feel worrisome, that is the reason we call it is happening in the mental and mind level. Now what happens, so suppose I have started thinking negative about a certain situation of life. Now what happens, it will have an impact on our body because our mind and body both are connected to each other. So expression of that worry which is going on in your mind, in your body, in terms of feeling jittery, feeling sweaty, shaky, palpitation is high, all those things. So these are all represented in your body, in your physiology, which is called as stress. Now when the combination of these two happens, like a worry is going in your mind and you have a impact on your physiology, combination of that is called as anxiety. So this is the difference between worry, stress and anxiety. So let's not talk about the stress and anxiety, but let's talk about worry in today's session and try to break it. So you would have heard, seen people who use this hunter to beat themselves. You would have seen in your road sometimes they come and they play some sound and they put that hunter into their body. They hit themselves with that hunter. Similar thing we are doing by worrying about an issue, but it is not visible to others. Now, do you say that it is harming us? Yes, it is harming us. It is somewhere subconsciously seeping into our mind and becoming our habit. And then what happens? You try to find reasons to worry and you enjoy doing that. Though you say that I'm worrying, but it becomes a pride for you that you're worrying. Now, how many of you really wanted to break this habit? And if yes, then the next 7 to 8 minutes is going to really life-changing for you. So in this, first let's understand that what are the 3 functions of worry. So when I say functions, means what is the role this worry is having in our body and why we are becoming addicted to it. So first we'll try to understand why, and then we will understand how we will be able to break that. So let's understand the first function. So the first function is, say for an example I would like to give. You are, sitting in your home and your daughter has gone to school. By evening, every time she used to come by 4 o'clock. Now, one day what happened, the bus became a bit late and till 4:30 she didn't came. What will be the first thought which will come into our mind? What happened to her? Why she had not come? All the negative thoughts which you have never ever dreamt in your dreams will come and it will haunt you. Then what will happen? Say another example I would give. You had a discussion with your boss and tomorrow you have a meeting. You think all the negative things about tomorrow's meeting if it goes well. Now why this is happening? We don't want to think negative, but automatically it comes. See, we all know about the evolution of life. So we were all in our primitive times, stay in a jungle. So when we used to stay in a jungle, our ancestors, they were always in worry, and that was required at that point of time, because they were surrounded by all the creatures, animals. They can come and hit them and kill them and eat them anytime. So that worry was very much required. And what happened, whenever they get worried, the dopamine gets released. And dopamine is highly addictive substance in the body. Now what happened, the genetic makeup which has been changed over a period of time, and now what happens is, more than your cigarettes or alcohol, the most addictive substance which is there in your body is nothing but your dopamine. So whenever we worry about certain issue, thinking that some wrong thing will happen, this dopamine will be released in your body and it will excite you. So this excitement can be positive, can be a negative, right? So it will excite you, and then in a subconscious level you feel good, and now you want this sort of dopamine again and again. Like someone who is a smoker wants to smoke again and again to get that feeling of excitement. This will happen again and again. So even if I want to break that, I am unable to do, because I have become addicted to it. So that is the first reason why we are in a loop of worry. Now the second reason why we are in a loop of worry is magical thinking. Now what is this magical thinking? Let's try to understand. So this magical thinking is nothing about when your mind connects the worry with having no harm. Guys, understand this concept very nicely and clearly. So suppose you thought that what happened to my daughter, why she had not come, and then you will find that by 4:30, by 4:45 she had come, and then you feel relaxed. So subconsciously the mind has understood that you are worrying about something, and which is not leading you to have something wrong. So suppose you think that you will die with a heart attack, and suddenly you get a heart attack. What will happen? Next time you will never think about it. But because you are thinking about dying because of your heart attack, but that is not happening, you are repeating that again and again. So you think about being killed in an accident, and suddenly you met with an accident. Then do you feel next time again you will think about it? No, you will not think, because your thoughts led to the harm, or to the what you were thinking has actually become a reality. So what we have to understand here is that, say suppose whatever I have thought, the worry, that doesn't happens actually. And the neuro plasticity, which is nothing but the two neurons comes and binds together and make a loop, happens. Now here what is happening, I am thinking negative, but nothing negative is happening. It has become a wiring. And that is the reason it is happening again and again and again, because your mind have understood and made a connection that worrying doesn't lead to something happening bad. So this is the second point, which is a very deep point to understand. And the third reason why you always worry is denial to feel good. Like for an example, there was a lady, and this lady's husband had a extramarital affair. Now this lady doesn't want to accept this fact, that husband is having an extramarital affair, because if she accepts, her fear will go up, her worry will go up. So she don't want to be worried, she wanted to remain happy, and that is the reason she's living in denial. So my father is 77 years old. Now, what happens? I always tell to myself that, people live 90 years, 100 years. He will also live 90 years and 100 years. What's wrong in that? Okay. Why I am saying that? See, I know somewhere that he is aging, and one day everyone has to go from this earth, right? But why I am not accepting? I am not accepting because I am denying this fact, because I don't want to go into a worry, loop. But in this process, what is happening? I am becoming more worrisome. So we have to understand this fact very clearly, that let's understand the reality and act practically about it. So hope you have got a clarity about the three different reasons why we want to be in a worry loop. Now let's come and try to understand the three steps through which you will be able to break this worry habit. So the first thing is self-awareness. It's nothing but the self-consciousness. So let's try to understand this. So I'll just make it a little big so that you are able to understand. So if you see, this has been actually explained by Stephen Covey in a circle of concern. And what he said, see, there are three circles. So the outer circle is what? It is circle of concern. The middle one is circle of influence, and the last one is circle of control. Now what is the role of this outer one? One is something which is in your control, where you can do something. The middle one is no sorry so the inner one, which is the the last one, the third circle, is circle of control, and circle of control is where you have complete control. Say for an example, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock. Now this is in my control or this is in someone else's control? No, this is completely in my control. So that is called as circle of control, where I am the custodian, where I have to take the step. And the middle circle is nothing but circle of influence. So what is the circle of influence? Wherein you can influence others to get the things done. It means you can you have seen that your in your office a lot of office politics is happening, and there is an HR. So you go and have a discussion with the HR. You talk the real life issues, like what you people are going in your office to with the HR, and then HR takes action and makes the things happening good. So how you have done with your own control, with your own ability, you have gone, met, influenced the HR, and then you have changed the environment. So this is another way. Third one is circle of concern, which is not in your control at all. Say it is raining and now there is a flood. Can you control? There is corona. Can you control? No, it is not in your control. But yes, you can first wear the mask so that you are protected. That is in your control. Second, you can tell others, those who are around you, to maintain the safety parameters so that it is not getting spread. So hope you have understood this particular point. Now, why I am saying this self-awareness is, whenever I am suffering from any worry, take that thought, understand about it, and put it in any one of the circle. It can be in the circle of control, it can be in the circle of influence, it can be in the circle of concern. Now, most of the time what happens is, it is there in the circle of concern and we try to change it. Now, if it is in the circle of concern and you're trying to change, you will not be able to do that, and then you will feel more frustrated, more worrisome. So we have to understand whether I can do something with this or not. If I cannot do something with it, let's not think about it. So that is the first step. Second one is nothing but problem solving versus worrying. So sometimes what happens is, we always worry, and we enjoy worrying. Now let's do this small exercise which we can all practice. Whatever you are thinking, put it in a paper and try to find or write to the next of these problems. So suppose you have taken a A4 sheet paper, made a divided into two parts. Left hand side you have written the problem which you are facing, and right hand side you have written that what are the 5 steps you can take to solve this problem which is going in my mind, provided it should be either in your circle of control or in circle of influence. Then you will be having a lot of clarity. Okay, so that is one. Then comes to the get better at feelings. How you will be able to get better at feelings? You will be able to do that by what? By writing it, all the emotions, whatever is going in your mind, write it down on a piece of paper and burn it. Okay, or share with your spouse or your family members. Sometimes we keep thinking about it, we don't share that with others. So what happens is, when it is there in your mind, it is not getting released. When you go and share with others, it gets released, and once it gets released, then there will be no thoughts at all. So either share with us, or write a journal, write a diary wherein you write all the emotions out. Once it is out, it is gone. So these are the 3 steps. If you follow, you will be able to control your worry. Hope you have liked this video, and if yes, please subscribe to my channel. Click on that bell icon so that you are getting all the notifications on time, and share this video with your friends, family members. They may get benefited out of it. And if you have not joined my Telegram channel, then please join my Telegram channel, wherein I am posting all the informations which is related to my coming workshops, webinars. Okay, or if in case you want to connect with me one-on-one to get help on any of these issues related to anxiety, stress, depression, you can get in touch with me. Hope you have liked this video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.